Eric, can I get your name?
My name is Eric Junta. I'm a second-year law student at Florida State University College of Law, where I serve as president of that school's chapter of the Federalist Society for Law and Public Policy Studies. We're the chief fellowship of law school conservatives and libertarians.
All right, so that gives you plenty of reason to be out here then, huh?
Yes, most definitely. We are the resistance on campus, and I'm proud to be out here on behalf of our members. So.
And what do you and your members believe about big government?
Well, like I said, we're a fellowship of conservatives and libertarians. So, you have paternalistic conservatives, anarchists, and everything in between. So, quite a variety of views. I can speak for myself. I can't speak for my organization. So, as for me, I believe that government needs to be constitutional. So that's the first question I ask about a government program, is not whether it's big or small, but whether it's constitutional. And then I go from there. And it is true, the Constitution is a fairly libertarian document. The Constitution is one of enumerated powers, and the Constitution does not give the right for all this federal welfare statism. It's not in there, nowhere, no penumbras, no articles, no amendments. So that's where I start from.
Looking at the Constitution, do you believe we have to just stand by the Constitution? There's no adding to it at all?
Well, certainly there's adding to it, but there's a process for that. It's called amendments. And so, certainly the Constitution has two different amendment procedures. Either Congress can submit an amendment, a proposed amendment to the states, or the states, 2/3 of them, can submit a resolution to Congress to call for a convention under Article 5. So yes, in that sense, the Constitution is certainly a living document, to the extent that it's open to amendment. The Constitution is not a living document in the sense that words that mean one thing when they're promulgated mean something else centuries later. That's not true.
So what problems specifically do you think need to be remedied, and how will they be remedied?
Well, many of them. So many of the controversial moral issues, whether we're dealing with abortion or homosexual marriage or state funding for embryo-destructive research, these things are unconstitutional. These things are states' issues. So the first thing that we do to reform the system is to return these things from the unlawful usurpation by the federal government and return them to the states for adjudication, for legislation. So that's the first step, in my opinion.
Thank you for talking to me.
No, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you all tell me your names?
Jocelyn Kozlowski.
Justin Brinker.
Nicole Jeter.
And why did you come out here today?
We just want to have a voice. We want people to listen. We want our elected officials who are representing us to listen to us for once.
And what do you want to tell them?
That we're tired of you not listening to us. We've made it very clear we didn't want the health care bill to pass. 65% of Americans didn't want it to pass, yet you passed it anyways.
And where did you get that fact from?
The Rasmussen poll.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Rasmussen results, the polling site.
Okay. And what about you? Why did you come out here today?
I want the fiscal stupidity to end. You can't just take money out of one pocket and put it in the other and say, hey, we're doing something. You need to actually do something to give the people money and not just create money. Because when you create money, inflation occurs, and that's not good for our economy.
And so what was your opinion on the Obama's bailout?
The bailout? No, the bailout was wrong. You shouldn't give... it's capitalism at its best. Letting banks fail, it should happen because other banks will come in and take their places. That's just how capitalism works, and it's worked so far, and it should work now.
And what is your opinion on George Bush's bailouts from September of 2008?
George Bush's bailouts? That last year, I wasn't a fan of him because he was doing stuff that was against our what the party says, and I'm glad he was out.
Okay, and what does your sign say?
My sign says, read the Constitution, it's the law, and the Constitution states what should happen in our country, and it clearly lays out everything. The government should not have any say in if we have health care or not, because it's going against the Commerce Clause.
And what's the 13th Amendment?
13th Amendment is... What's the thing?
Bill of Rights, and we're here to protect our rights.
Well, he said the Constitution. That's what I was asking him. What about you? Why are you out here today?
I'm here because I'm sick of the government not listening to us and trying to take all of our rights and stomp on what we are given in the Constitution.
Is this a recent feeling that you have?
It's not recent at all. It's something that I've pretty much always had. Ever since I got into high school and started getting involved in politics, I realized that we can't have a big government because the government's going to take everything we have.
And what rights specifically are you referring to that you feel are trampled?
Right? The rights against being taxed by like ridiculous taxes, the right to my own health care that doesn't involve the government sticking its hand in everything, the right to protect abortion because that shouldn't be part of the government that they tell you can have an abortion.
So you're against healthcare?
I'm very against healthcare, yes.
What do you think the people that can't afford healthcare should do?
What should they do? I don't know exactly what they should do, but this isn't the way to do it.
And really quickly,
the people who are on welfare and Medicaid and stuff, they need to actually pursue jobs and not just depend on the government to take care of them. They need to be actively searching, and that's another thing. Welfare needs to be reformed. People just take advantage of welfare. They sit on their couches and just get the money from the government without doing anything. And the good example of this is the movie Precious. The mother is just sitting on the couch and just raking in the dough, and then when the officer comes, she makes it seem like it's a normal house, but it actually isn't. That's what needs to change.
and are you aware that that's a work of fiction?
Yes, it's a work of fiction, but fiction mirrors reality.
Okay, and tell me about Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio, he's a candidate for the Senate. He's going against Charlie Crist, someone that should not be in Senate.
Why do you think he should not be in Senate?
Because he clearly does not listen to the people of Florida.
And what would you tell him if you could tell him something right now?
Crist? Resign.
Is there anything else any of you would like to say?
Go Marco.
Go Marco.
It's the United States. Go America.
Thanks a lot.